I wanted to talk about how I use AI to write my songs. And I wanted to ask the question, when is it cheating? How much is too much and when is it cheating? Everyone's talking about it these days, especially if you're a songwriter or some kind of artist, visual artist, recording artist, musician, because let's face it, AI can do a lot. And if you're a musician and you're learning your instrument, learning your craft, or a songwriter, it's just too easy now to go and use AI to create things for you. Hi, I'm Dennis from Groove Art. I make music while wandering the world, and right now I'm wandering in Formentera, Spain. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this place in a second, but I thought I'd get right into the AI question. AI can be discouraging, and it is discouraging for a lot of people. Today, why should I learn my music theory when AI exists? Why should I learn my instrument when I can tell Suno to come up with a guitar part or an entire song? So, as I said, I wanted to talk to you about how I use AI in my music. And there's basically 3 ways that I use it. And the first way is probably the most useful for me. When I am songwriting and exploring, there is this question of melody first, lyrics first, or harmony first. Which one do you do first? And what I tend to do is I tend to do harmony first, but I do dabble in other directions. But my harmony is something I love, and but it's also very satisfying to me when I come up with a harmony that I like. So a lot of my process is I'll sit at a keyboard, usually, and I'll plunk away at chords. And sometimes I actually don't know what I'm playing. I'm just using my ear to decide what I like to hear. I'll make adjustments based on what I hear and what I like. And quite often I'll go back and I'll figure out what I was actually playing. So that's how I kind of come up with my chord progressions. Normally, usually, that's what I do. And I don't always know what I'm playing. And for those of you who understand music theory, at least better than I do, or at least as well as I do, you'll know that there are many ways to interpret a particular harmony. What notes you emphasize, how you hit it rhythmically. And so when I'm writing, I'll come up with for example, a 4-bar chord progression. And I won't really know what key I'm in because there could be many different ways of interpreting it. So I'll actually use AI. I'll feed the chords into AI and I'll say, hey, what key am I in? And it'll spit back a whole bunch of options, some that are obvious and others that are not very obvious. But I could have actually done the same thing with my handy-dandy music teacher and asked him. And he may actually have different opinions as well as to what the key center is. Of course, he doesn't know where I'm going with the song, so my music teacher will help me out in that regard. Just like the AI will. The AI is right in my back pocket, so I can ask it. So that's probably the biggest way I've used AI to help me with my songs. Kind of like a calculator. Or maybe not. I'd love to know your opinions on that. The second way I'm using AI is kind of related, is I might not actually know the scale that I want to hit. So quite often I might play a melody, the melody that I came up with, and I might ask AI and I might throw the notes in and have it analyze what key or what scale I might actually be in. So again, I could use Google maybe for that, maybe not, or I could certainly ask my music teacher or play it for somebody. So my number 3 way of using AI is for my lyrics, and I'm not using AI to generate all my lyrics point blank. But what I do use, using the word blank, is I quite often use it to fill in the blank for me. So I'll come up with a complete idea, a complete line, and I'll have it fill in the blank. So I might say something along the lines of walking along the beach, feeling rather blank, and I'll have AI fill in something like that for me. That might be one way I use it. So that's my main way of using it. Okay, the fourth way the fourth and last way I used AI is probably the most cheating that I've done. Is I actually used it to come up with a chord progression for me. I have a song called, I'm calling it I Am Algorithm, and it's all about AI actually and how it's controlling us. So I used it kind of on purpose, but I used it to come up with a chord progression. And what I prompted it was, I want a chord progression that sounds authoritative and controlling and powerful. And it came up with a whole bunch. And so I actually used it. I used it mostly the way it gave it to me. I did a couple of modifications, changed a couple of chords, just added a couple of extensions here and there. But I fundamentally used it. What I did learn is that it's not necessarily, for me at least, it's not necessarily just the harmony alone that can sound brooding or powerful and controlling. It actually has to be the way you play it. I'm sure we can all play the Darth Vader's theme song and make it sound happy and bright if we change the way we play it. But the rhythms that are used and the way it's presented, it sounds very controlling. I guess what I'm saying is the AI didn't actually give me something that was truly brooding and everything, because I didn't actually play it that way. I'll let you be the judge when the song comes out, but that's how I used AI for that one particular song. I don't think I'll continue using it for coming up with harmonies. So this brings me to my most important point, and that is I'm using AI as a learning tool to help enhance what I'm learning. I think it's worthy of another video, but I'm kind of writing music so I can learn. And if I ask the AI to do everything for me, I'm not going to learn anything. And that's a whole other argument as to whether or not should we bother learning anymore. The answer is yes, but that's the question of the day when it comes to AI, I think. But I'm using it as a fancy calculator. Again, there's Google and there's chord packs out there. You can go out and just pick a chord pack or pick a chord progression that you like from using chord packs. I'm not trying to necessarily defend myself, and I do want to hear back from you, because I want to know what you guys think is as to where the line is. When is it cheating? When am I using, or when are we using AI too much to create our art? Where's the line? And I think the line moves, because I'm sure back before Google was around, musicians thought, oh, it's so easy for other people to pick up this crap and learn because there's Google and there's YouTube. So I think the line's always moving in terms of cheating. I'm sure I'm cheating from the perspective of somebody as a songwriter from 30 or 40 years ago. The tools are just not the same now. They do a lot of things for you, but I'm in it to learn. So that's my take on AI. I'd love to hear what you think in terms of when is it too much? When is it cheating? Anyway, that's my take on AI, and that's how I'm using it. I'd love to know how you're using it, if you are using it for songwriting. But just thought I'd share with you how I use it in my art. Okay, a little bit more about Formentera. So Formentera is a small little island in Spain off the another island, a famous island called Ibiza, which a lot of people know as the Party Island. So normally to get here, you kind of go through there. At least that's what I did. I took a ferry from Denia to Ibiza. It's a 2-hour ferry ride. Then another hour from Ibiza to Formentera. I do love spending time at the beach. I don't know if you've seen my other videos, and it looks like I probably spend all day at the beach. I don't. I actually do spend time in front of the computers and keyboards and guitars writing music. But I like to film on my videos out here and spend time. But so this is one of the most beautiful places I've seen. I'll show you more that fit that category, but Fortaleza, small little island, really nice to get around on bicycle, which is perfect for me. And they have beaches like this. This beach, you, depending on the time of year, you actually have to walk a fair amount to get to. A fair amount might be 15 minutes. And in the summertime, it's super crowded. They charge you for parking right at the front, and you have to walk. It's kind of a line of ants walking towards here in the summertime. But here I'm in the shoulder season, so it's a beautiful time to be here. The weather's still beautiful, but this beach is, this area has several different beaches. I'm in a place called, I'm in a beach called Ses Iletes, which I believe is Valenciana for 6 islands, I think. If anyone out there knows what that actually means, please let me know. But it's absolutely gorgeous here. The water, depending on where you are, this little thing that I'm standing on, this rock that I'm standing on, stretches out. You can see from my drone footage, my other drone footage that I'm cutting into this video, what it looks like. But there's water on both sides. And that's true paradise for me. And I find it gorgeous here. The water right now is a little bit chilly. We're in October here. It's a little bit chilly. I am tempted to jump in, but being the beach snob that I'm in, I need it to be quite a bit warmer than that. Having said that, I probably will jump in later this week. So this is Formentera, and what else can I tell you about this place? Very easy to get around. If you're to come here, I would recommend, if you can manage it, coming in late September, October, because it's still nice and warm. It's not going to be hot. The days are going to be shorter, but the crowds make up for it all. There are, I'm not going to say there's nobody here, but compared to high summer in August, July, August, this rock is crawling with ants, human ants, and there's a long lineup of people trying to get in with parking. Quick tip, if you're coming here in the summertime, they do charge you at the gate to bring your car in, and parking is not guaranteed, and you'll have to walk a fair amount. Best way to get here, honestly, is by bicycle. They don't charge you. They're not charging for parking right now, so you can actually drive right in pretty well. But in the summertime especially, is to get here by bike, because you can just whiz by the K area. They'll just wave you on through. There is a place to walk your bikes, but again, in the summertime, it does get crowded even with bikes. But it is the fastest and easiest way, and I think the nicest way to get here. I wanted to say a little bit more about Formentera. It's beautiful here. I did a lot of biking, and biking here is absolutely gorgeous. I've given you a couple of clips here that you can take a look at. And you can reach pretty well everything all in one day, but you wouldn't be able to spend a lot of time in each place that you go to. So I did a couple of different spots on the island every day, and kind of in the morning type of thing, or afternoon, and fitted it all in that way. There's different terrain. There's roads with lots of bike lanes. This is off season right now, so our shoulder season maybe. So there's not a lot of traffic. In the summertime, there'd be a lot more traffic, but the roads are pretty big, and even the main roads have bike lanes, ciclovia. So highly recommend this place for biking, for the easy stuff on the bike lanes. But if you want to, don't restrict yourself to that, because you'll miss a whole bunch of very cool stuff. There's a bunch of little coves and things like that that are accessible probably by car, but it's a bumpy ride and much easier on bike, I think. So there's a lot of trails like that. And there's some almost mountain type terrain, in my opinion, beginner mountain bike terrain, if you will. But it's all great biking. Another thing I want to tell you is it's almost that time. It's 4:30 in the afternoon right now, and in about an hour and a half, this place is going to change, because all the mosquitoes are going to come out, and they are hungry. I'm telling you. When I videotaped here a few days ago, I just closed down the drone and I was swarmed, and I had to run back to my bike and pedal hard and fast. I had no repellent on, and I got burned. They're probably the most aggressive mosquitoes I've ever seen, and I've seen some aggressive ones. I came back the next day with some of my repellent that I use, that I kind of trust my life with, but I still got bit, so that gives you an idea. Anyway, I'm Dennis from Groove Art. I make music while wandering the world. Please see the links below and check out some original music. For now, I'm going to leave you with some scenery of this beautiful island, including here, which is called Ses Iletes, or Ses Ileches. Not sure how to pronounce it, but I'll leave you with some video right now. Enjoy. See you in the next one.